Manmohan Singh is an Indian economist, academic and politician who served as the 13th Prime Minister of India from 2004 to 2014. He is widely recognized for his role in shaping India's economic policies and reforms.
Key details. Born September 26, 1932, in Gah, Punjab, which is now in Pakistan. Education. Singh studied economics at Punjab University, Cambridge University, and earned a DPhil from the University of Oxford. Economic reforms. As Finance Minister from 1991 to 1996 under Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao, Singh is credited with liberalizing India's economy, moving it from a state-controlled system to a market-oriented one. His policies helped lift millions out of poverty and opened India to global markets.
Prime Ministership, first non-Hindu to hold the office. Led India during a period of significant economic growth, focused on rural development, healthcare and infrastructure. Signed the India-US Civil Nuclear Agreement. Faced challenges including corruption scandals and policy stagnation in his second term. Manmohan Singh is often lauded for his integrity, intellect and humility, though his leadership style has been critiqued for being overly reserved. Personal details. Born September 26, 1932, in Gah, Punjab Province, British India, which is present-day Punjab, Pakistan. Died December 26, 2024, aged 92, in New Delhi, India. Political party, Indian National Congress. Spouse, Gursharan Kaur, married in 1958. Children, 3, including Arpinder and Daman. Alma mater, Punjab University for his BA and MA, St John's College, Cambridge for his BA, and Nuffield College, Oxford for his DPhil. Profession economist, academician, bureaucrat and politician. Awards full list. Signature, Manmohan Singh.
Singh was born to Gurmukh Singh Kohli and Amrit Kaur on the 26th of September 1932 in Gah, Punjab, British India, into a family of Punjabi Sikh dried fruit traders of Khatri background. His mother died when he was very young. He was raised by his paternal grandmother, Jamna Devi, with whom he was very close. Singh was initially educated at a local Gurdwara, where he began studying Urdu and Punjabi. On the 17th of April 1937, he was enrolled in the local government primary school, where he continued his Urdu medium education until the age of 10, after which he and his family moved to Peshawar. There, Singh was enrolled in the upper primary Khalsa school. He sat for his matriculation examination in the summer of 1947. Even as Prime Minister years later, Singh wrote his Hindi speeches in the Urdu script, although sometimes he would also use Gurmukhi, a script used to write Punjabi, his mother tongue. After the partition of India, his family migrated to Haldwani, India. In 1948, they relocated to Amritsar, where he studied at Hindu College, Amritsar. He attended Punjab University, then in Hoshiarpur, Punjab, studying economics and got his bachelor's and master's degrees in 1952 and 1954, respectively, standing first throughout his academic career. He completed his economics tripos at University of Cambridge in 1957. He was a member of St John's College. In a 2005 interview with the British journalist Mark Tully, Singh said about his Cambridge days, "I first became conscious of the creative role of politics in shaping human affairs, and I owe that mostly to my teachers, Joan Robinson and Nicholas Kaldor. Joan Robinson was a brilliant teacher, but she also sought to awaken the inner conscience of her students in a manner that very few others were able to achieve. She questioned me a great deal and made me think the unthinkable. She propounded the left-wing interpretation of Keynes, maintaining that the state has to play more of a role if you really want to combine development with social equity."
After completing his DPhil, Singh returned to India. He was a senior lecturer of economics at Punjab University from 1957 to 1959. During 1959 and 1963, he served as a reader in economics at Punjab University, and from 1963 to 1965, he was an economics professor there. Then he went to work for the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD, from 1966 to 1969. Later, he was appointed as an advisor to the Ministry of Foreign Trade by Lalit Narayan Mishra, in recognition of Singh's talent as an economist. From 1969 to 1971, Singh was a professor of international trade at the Delhi School of Economics, University of Delhi. In 1972, Singh was Chief Economic Advisor in the Ministry of Finance, and in 1976, he was Secretary in the Finance Ministry. In 1980 to 1982, he was at the Planning Commission, and in 1982, he was appointed Governor of the Reserve Bank of India under then Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee and held the post until 1985. He went on to become the Deputy Chairman of the Planning Commission, India, from 1985 to 1987. Following his tenure at the Planning Commission, he was Secretary General of the South Commission, an independent economic policy think tank headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland, from 1987 to November 1990. Singh returned to India from Geneva in November 1990 and held the post as the advisor to Prime Minister of India on economic affairs during the tenure of Chandra Shekhar. In March 1991, he became chairman of the University Grants Commission. In June 1991, India's Prime Minister at the time, P.V. Narasimha Rao, chose Singh to be his finance minister. Singh told Mark Tully, a British journalist, in 2005. On the day Rao was formulating his cabinet, he sent his principal secretary to me saying, "The PM would like you to become the Minister of Finance." I didn't take it seriously. He eventually tracked me down the next morning, rather angry, and demanded that I get dressed up and come to Rashtrapati Bhavan for the swearing in. So that's how I started in politics. Minister of Finance from 1991 to 1996. In 1991, India's fiscal deficit was close to 8.5% of the gross domestic product. The balance of payments deficit was huge, and the current account deficit was close to 3.5% of India's GDP. India's foreign reserves barely amounted to $1 billion, enough to pay for just 2 weeks of imports, in comparison to $600 billion in 2009. Singh explained to the Prime Minister and the party that India is facing an unprecedented crisis. However, the rank and file of the party resisted deregulation. So, P. Chidambaram and Singh explained to the party that the economy would collapse if it was not deregulated. To the dismay of the party, Rao allowed Singh to deregulate the Indian economy. Subsequently, Singh, who had thus far been one of the most influential architects of India's socialist economy, eliminated the Permit Raj, reduced state control of the economy, and reduced import taxes. Rao and Singh thus implemented policies to open up the economy and change India's socialist economy to a more capitalistic one, in the process dismantling the Licence Raj, a system that inhibited the prosperity of private businesses. They removed many obstacles standing in the way of foreign direct investment and initiated the process of the privatization of public sector companies. However, in spite of these reforms, Rao's government was voted out in 1996 due to non-performance of government in other areas. In praise of Singh's work that pushed India towards a market economy, long-time Cabinet Minister P. Chidambaram has compared Singh's role in India's reforms to Deng Xiaoping's in China. In 1993, Singh offered his resignation from the post of Finance Minister after a parliamentary investigation report criticized his ministry for not being able to anticipate a $1.8 billion 1992 securities scandal. Prime Minister Rao refused Singh's resignation, instead promising to punish the individuals directly accused in the report. Leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha from 1998 to 2004. Singh was first elected to the upper house of parliament, the Rajya Sabha, in 1991 by the legislature of the state of Assam and was re-elected in 1995, 2001, 2007 and 2013. From 1998 to 2004, while the Bharatiya Janata Party was in power, Singh was the leader of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha. In 1999, he contested for the Lok Sabha from South Delhi, but was unable to win the seat. Prime Minister from 2004 to 2014. After the 2004 general elections, the Indian National Congress ended the incumbent National Democratic Alliance tenure by becoming the political party with the single largest number of seats in the Lok Sabha. It formed United Progressive Alliance with allies and staked claim to form government. In a surprise move, Chairperson Sonia Gandhi declared Manmohan Singh, a technocrat, as the UPA candidate for the Prime Ministership. Despite the fact that Singh had never won a direct popular election, according to the BBC, he enjoyed massive popular support, not least because he was seen by many as a clean politician, untouched by the taint of corruption that has run through many Indian administrations. He took the oath as the Prime Minister of India on 22 May 2004. Economic policy. In 1991, Singh, as finance minister, abolished the licence Raj, which had been a source of slow economic growth and corruption in the Indian economy for decades. He liberalised the Indian economy, allowing it to speed up development dramatically. During his term as Prime Minister, Singh continued to encourage growth in the Indian market, enjoying widespread success in these matters. Singh, along with his finance minister, P. Chidambaram, presided over a period where the Indian economy grew with an 8 to 9% economic growth rate. In 2007, India achieved its highest GDP growth rate of 9% and became the second fastest growing major economy in the world. Singh's ministry enacted a National Employment Guarantee Act, known as MGNREGA, in 2005. Singh's government continued the Golden Quadrilateral and the Highway Modernization Program that was initiated by Vajpayee's government. Singh also worked on reforming the banking and financial sectors, as well as public sector companies. The Finance Ministry worked towards relieving farmers of their debt and worked towards pro-industry policies. In 2005, Singh's government introduced the value-added tax, replacing sales tax. In 2007 and early 2008, the global problem of inflation impacted India.
Healthcare and education. In 2005, Prime Minister Singh and his government's health ministry started the National Rural Health Mission, which mobilized 500,000 community health workers. This rural health initiative was praised by the American economist Jeffrey Sachs. In 2006, his government implemented the proposal to reserve 27% of seats in All India Institute of Medical Studies, Indian Institutes of Technology, the Indian Institutes of Management, and other central institutions of higher education for other backward classes, which led to the 2006 Indian anti-reservation protests. On July 2, 2009, Singh's ministry introduced the Right to Education Act. 8 IETs were opened in the states of Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Gujarat, Orissa, Punjab, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Himachal Pradesh. The Singh government also continued the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan program. The program includes the introduction and improvement of midday meals and the opening of schools all over India, especially in rural areas, to fight illiteracy.
Home Affairs. Singh's government strengthened anti-terror laws with amendments to the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. The National Investigation Agency was also created soon after the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks, as the need for a central agency to combat terrorism was realized. Also, the Unique Identification Authority of India was established in February 2009, an agency responsible for implementing the envisioned multi-purpose national identity card. with the objective of increasing national security and facilitating e-governance. Singh's administration initiated a massive reconstruction effort in Kashmir to stabilize the region, but after some period of success, insurgent infiltration and terrorism in Kashmir increased since 2009. The Singh administration was, however, successful in reducing terrorism in northeast India. In 2005, he controversially apologized on behalf of the Indian National Congress for the bloodshed during the 1984 anti-Sikh riots in a speech to Parliament. Notable legislation. The important National Rural Employment Guarantee Act and the Right to Information Act were passed by Parliament in 2005 during his tenure. While the effectiveness of the NREGA has been successful at various degrees in various regions, the RTI Act has proved crucial in India's fight against corruption. New cash benefits were also introduced for widows, pregnant women, and landless persons. The right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, Rehabilitation and Resettlement Act, 2013 was passed on August 29, 2013 in the Lok Sabha and on September 4, 2013 in Rajya Sabha. The bill received the assent of the President of India, Pranab Mukherjee, on September 27, 2013. The Act came into force from January 1, 2014. The Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act was enacted on August 4, 2009, which describes the modalities of the importance of free and compulsory education for children between 6 and 14 in India under Article 21A of the Indian Constitution. India became one of 135 countries to make education a fundamental right of every child when the Act came into force on April 1, 2010. Foreign policy. Manmohan Singh continued the pragmatic foreign policy that was started by P.V. Narasimha Rao and continued by Bharatiya Janata Party's Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Singh continued the peace process with Pakistan initiated by his predecessor, Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Exchange of high-level visits by top leaders from both countries have highlighted his tenure. Efforts have been made during Singh's tenure to end the border dispute with the People's Republic of China. In November 2006, Chinese President Hu Jintao visited India, which was followed by Singh's visit to Beijing in January 2008. A major development in Sino-Indian relations was the reopening of the Nathula Pass in 2006 after being closed for more than 4 decades. Premier of the State Council of the People's Republic of China, Li Keqiang, paid a state visit to India from May 19 to 21, 2013. Singh paid an official visit to China from October 22 to 24, 2013. 3 agreements were signed establishing sister city partnerships between Delhi Beijing, Kolkata Kunming, and Bangalore Chengdu. As of 2010, the People's Republic of China was the second biggest trade partner of India. Relations with Afghanistan have improved considerably, with India now becoming the largest regional donor to Afghanistan. During Afghan President Hamid Karzai's visit to New Delhi in August 2008, Manmohan Singh increased the aid package to Afghanistan for the development of more schools, health clinics, infrastructure, and defense. Under the leadership of Singh, India emerged as one of the single largest aid donors to Afghanistan. Singh's government worked towards stronger ties with the United States. He visited the United States in July 2005, initiating negotiations over the Indo-US Civilian Nuclear Agreement. This was followed by George W. Bush's successful visit to India in March 2006, during which the declaration over the nuclear agreement was made, giving India access to American nuclear fuel and technology, while India would have to allow IAEA inspection of its civil nuclear reactors. After more than 2 years of negotiations, followed by approval from the IAEA, Nuclear Suppliers Group, and the US Congress, India and the US signed the agreement on October 10, 2008, with Pranab Mukherjee representing India. Singh had the first official state visit to the White House during the administration of US President Barack Obama. The visit took place in November 2009, and several discussions took place, including on trade and nuclear power.